Alright, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justmoparjoe. Today my plan is, I'm going to get back to that Roadrunner in just a minute. I got the transmission puddle soaking up into my mats there. While I'm doing that, I need to declutter a little bit over here. So, if you'll remember, I went to Farmington and I got this 383, got it running. Just sitting in the floor, which I'm going to go through it before I actually run it. But my plan is to stick it in this Dart Sport. That's going to be its new home at some point. I think for today, to get it out of the way, I might actually get it lifted up and set in there. Check it out, see if it fits. That car's still got the power steering box in it. I was probably going to go to manual steering at some point, but to get that up and out of my way, I've also got a 318 here. I can set it out of the way. I can get that in the car. I got a 360 block over there I need to get to the machine shop at some point. I got too much stuff, so I'm trying to, for now, kind of consolidate, clean up this side of the shop. Shouldn't take me very long. The mounts that I have, I'll show them to you. So these are the mounts that I got from Rick the other day. That was on I believe a 75 Monaco, and I know the rubbers are pretty worn in them, but they should bolt up on that 383. And from what I read and what I saw online, these should work on a 383 to go in an A-body with the spool type mounts. So yes, these are worn. I'm gonna just get them loosely bolted up on that engine and get that engine set in there. We'll take a look at it. Like I said, just a quick project. I figured I'd bring y'all along for the ride, and let's get after it. All right, so some of you guys on the tube, let me know, this driver side bracket apparently is kind of desirable. I guess people want it for A-bodies or something. So I've got it. If somebody needs one, I can sell it to you fairly cheap. I'll probably never put a big block like that in a early A-body. I mean, if it's a race car, I'll probably use elephant ears or something. So shoot me an email if you need that. I've got the bracket cleaned up here, the other two, well enough that I can throw them on. Like I said, they're ugly, but as part numbers go, the 15 looks like it's going to go on the driver's side, and I just simply used process of elimination here. There's no hole in the front of that one, so usually your two front holes go toward the front like this. See, this one has two holes and two holes, so it's got a long bolt on bottom, and you can see where it's cleaned off right here. That means it was behind the ears of the block like that. So I'm going to sneak it up in here, bolt it up, and probably roll the engine out and do the other side real quick. Won't take me but just a minute. I think that's all that one's getting. She's on. I'm going to jack it up, move it over. Looks like I need to take a screwdriver and just clearance that dipstick tube just a little bit. So it's good to learn something new every day. I didn't know. This was the old transmission mount I took off that Roadrunner. I was just going to throw it on here to drop it in the car. I've got my cross member here. The holes in this are much narrower than this old transmission. it appears that it's like that hole lined up. I still lack an inch or so before it. Yeah, so there was no way that was going to work. I just started a bolt to show you. Hopefully you can see that. It's way off, even when I bent the ears out some. So probably what I'm going to do, after I get this stuck in, I'll get my front motor mount bolts dropped into the ears, and I'll get underneath it, jack it up, just throw my cross member in so it'll hold the engine up. This is, like I said, just kind of a mock-up, get it out of my way, and we'll have a big block Dart Sport by the end of the day anyway. Here's how close we are. Yes, I could have gave it a little more tilt, but it's hitting all those accessories. I'm gonna let her down a couple inches here. It'll help it some back there. After I beat it with a pan here, I can probably get my floor jack if I need to and bring the body up a little bit, kind of help that situation out some. That's beautiful. Settling right in there. What she's doing. So some dipstick that looks a lot like me left the lever on there for the column shifter. So I need to beat it now. I mean, I'm not bending it yet. I just need to carefully go past it without destroying it. My front pulleys, like about 2 inches or so. I think we can make it work. If this car had been painted very nicely and all that already, I would have done this in 2 separate pieces and it would have been so easy. But they're connected. People do this all the time, or they used to back in the day, I guess. Let her down some. That must mean we're getting real close. So this exhaust pipe, you can see is stabbing the top of the, I mean it's not stabbing, it's touching the top of that power steering box. I need to jack up just a little bit. It's going to need to go back and past it a little more. I got my shifting rod up and out of the way, that looks good. This side, she's a little tight, but not too bad. So if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I went ahead and cut that pipe off. That's like a million miles more room. And it's still got a flange on here if somebody needed to weld a little doo-doo pipe on, but I don't plan on using this, so. It's been a labor of love today. So here's as close as I've been so far. The mounts are looking like they're just about 3 inches from dropping right in there. You can see that, hopefully. Both sides lined up. Here was my issue. One was that yoke, had to pull it out. And of course it was holding all the old transmission fluid. And then this car has an H pipe. So that part of the tail shaft didn't want to go past the H pipe. without being jacked up and talked to and all that jazz. So she's there now. I will get my jack under the transmission, kind of get it a little bit more level, and hopefully the front bolts will drop in. I say hopefully. Supposed to go inside. That's okay. They can go right there from there. Woohoo! That'll do. So if I had to do final thoughts, I would have definitely took the manifolds off, got them out of the way. This one is touching the splines of my steering shaft right there. This one has that goofy valve in it. It's touching the shock tower right there. The plugs are almost touching the shock tower. Yeah, would have popped those off. I think that's all that's actually holding it up now. The mounts themselves could go down about 2 inches, but they can't go down 2 inches because it's sitting over there and sitting over there. Transmission cross members in, it looks good. I don't have that actual chunky brace in there, but that's fine. Try to get you an aerial view here. I'm satisfied. It took me about 1.5 hours. I was thinking, I'll throw it in there in 30 minutes. No. And I'd also recommend having help. And if you could, even having all the accessories off, which I'm probably not going to run an air conditioner on this. I might run power steering. It depends on my header situation. But anyway, getting that off and switching to an aluminum intake is probably going to save 100 pounds. Aluminum heads would be nice. I don't think I'm going to do that with this engine. But it's all the way on the ground now. I would have thought it sat a little lower, but maybe they got the torsion bars cranked up. See if I can't bounce it. Pretty stiff. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. This is one of those deals I wanted to get done. Now I got some motivation to finish the car, see, because that's what the engine looks like sitting in there. And it'll look better once it's dropped all the way down and all that. But I got the motivation, I just need the time. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you next time.